Hello everyone, welcome to Maths with Mr. J, and today I'm going to show you how to solve directly proportion. We take example 1. C is directly proportional to D. When C is equals to 12, D is equals to 3. Work out an equation connecting C and D. And B, find the value of C when D is equals to 50. And C, find the value of D when C is equals to 44. Solution. First, we change C is directly proportional to D to mathematical statement. It means C is directly proportional to D. To remove this variation sign, we have to introduce equal to sign. Immediately we introduce equal to sign, we put constant. That is, C is equal to constant times D. Now, we've known the value of C is equal to 12, which is given to us here, and D is equal to 3, which is as well given. Then we substitute the value of 12 and 3 in place of C and D respectively into this expression. We have 12 equal to K, which is not given, which we just introduced, times D, which is 3. We have 12 equals to K times 3 gives us 3K. Now to get the value of K, we divide both sides by the quotient of K, which is 3. When we divide both sides by 3, we are having 12 over 3 equals to 3K all over 3. 3 cancel 12 gives us 4, and 3 cancel 3 gives us K. Therefore, K is equal to 4. Now the equation connecting C and D is when we copy this first one, we replace K by 4. That is C equal to 4D. This is part A of this equation. We call this equation 1. Now we move to B. B says find the value of C when D is 50. From equation 1, we have to put D equal to 50. Then we have C is equal to 4 times 50. Then C is equal to 4 times 50 gives us 200 as the answer. Then we move to C. C is telling us find the value of D when C is 44. Then we are looking for the value of C when D is 44. Now we copy down the original equation, which is C is equals to 4D. Now we are looking for D when C is 44. C is equals to 44. If we put it into this equation, which we call 1, we have C, which is 44, is equals to 4D. Now to get D, we divide both sides by 4. Dividing both sides by 4, we have 44 over 4 equals to 4D all over 4. 4 cancel 4, 4 into 44 gives us 11 equals to D. Therefore, D is equal to 11 as the answer. Now we move to example 2. Now example 2, A is directly proportional to B. When A is equals to 10, B is equals to 15, work out an equation connecting A and B. B, find the value of A when B is equals to 36. Solution. We first change A is directly proportional to B into mathematical statement, which is A is directly proportional to B. As we remove the variation sign, we have A is equal to constant times B. Now A is given to be 10 and B is given to be 15. If we substitute it into this expression, we are having 10 equal to K times 15, which will give us 10 equals to 15K. Now we move further, we have to divide both sides by the quotient of K, which is 15. We have 10 over 15 equals to 15K all over 15. 15 divides 15, left with K equals to 5 into 10 gives us 2, and 5 into 15 gives us 3. Then we have 2 all over 3. Therefore, K is equals to 2 all over 3. Now we have to solve the A part of the question. We say work out the equation connecting A and B. Equation connecting A and B is this, then we substitute the value of K, meaning we have to copy A equals to KB. In place of K, we put 2 all over 3 B. So this answer our first question A. We call this equation 1. We are using this equation to solve B. Now find the value of A when B is equals to 36. B is equals to 36. A is not given. From this, we have A is equals to 2 all over 3 times 36. 3 into 3 gives us 1. 3 into 36 gives us 12. Therefore, A is equal to 2 times 12 gives us 24 as the answer. Then we move to example 3. Example 3 is a bit tricky. X is directly proportional to y squared. When x is equals to 36, y is equals to 3. A, work out the equation connecting x and y, and B, find the value of x when y is equals to 10. Solution: we first change x is directly proportional to y squared. Now removing the variation sign, we introduce constants. We have x is equal to k y squared. This is the main equation. We call this 1. Then when x is equal to 36, then y is equal to 3. If we substitute this into equation 1, we are having 36 is equal to k times 3 raised to the power of 2. Then we have 36 equals to k times 3 raised to the power of 2 gives us 9. Then 36 is equal to 9k. We divide both sides by the coefficient of k, which is 9. We have 36 over 9 equals to 9k all over 9. 9 cancel 9. Then 9 into 36 left with 4. We have 4 equals to k. Therefore, k is equal to 4. Now, A, we are answering A part of it. Work out the equation connecting x and y. The equation connecting x and y, we copy down equation 1, which is x equal to k y squared. In place of k, we put 4. We have x equals to 4 y squared. So this is the equation connecting x and y. Now we work B. We use this equation connecting x and y. We can name this to be 2. We use 2 to work B. Find the value of x when y is 10. Then x is not given, y is equal to 10. If we put it into this formula, we have x is equals to 4 times 10 raised to the power of 2, which is x is equals to 4 times 10 raised to the power of 2 gives us 100. X is equals to 4 times 100 gives us 400 as the answer. Now, question number 4. M is directly proportional to root of n when m is equals to 2, n is equals to 16. Find the value of m when n is equals to 25. It looks a bit tricky. We have to look for the equation connecting m and n first before we can find the value of m when n is equals to 25. We start by saying solution. We change m is directly proportional to n to mathematical statement, which is m is directly proportional to root of n. Now we want to remove this variation sign, change it to equal to sign, and introduce constant. That is m is equal to k root of n. And m is given to be 2 and n is equal to 16. That is 2 is equal to k times root of 16, which gives us 2 is equals to root of 16 gives us 4, which is 4k. Now we are looking for the value of k. We divide both sides by 4. We have 2 all over 4 equals to 4k all over 4. K, 4 cancel 4 left with k, and 2 into 2 gives us 1. 2 into 4 gives us 2. Therefore, k is equal to 1 all over 2. Now, we first look for the equation connecting both. Equation connecting m and n is, we copy this equation, m is equal to k root of n. Then the equation connecting them, we have m, we put the value of k, which is 1 over 2 root of n. We can write this to be m equal to root n all over 2. Is the same thing, or we leave it that way. So we keep this equation, we call this equation 1. Now this equation, we use it to find the value of m when n is equals to 25. We move further. So from the formula we derive the equation connecting both, we are having m is equal to root of n all over 2. Now find the value of m when n is 25. M is not given and n is equals to 25. If we put that into this expression, we have m is equal to root of 25 all over 2. Then we have m is equals to root of 25 is 5 all over 2. M is 5 divided by 2 gives us 2.5. If we want to change it to decimal, it becomes equals to 2.5 as our answer. If this helped, please subscribe, like, and share so I can bring more questions. Thank you.